So we just finished interviewing Zach Hyman. I mean, obviously he's pretty banged up. Just give us a thought on what you've watched him go through and the idea that he's in tonight. It's kind of impressive.
Well, something I've learned from Zach is very resilient, plays through a lot, and you have to have a lot of courage and bravery to play the way he does. Being around the net as much as he does, and you got Devin Bouchard taking slap shots from back there, and he's never shy and reluctant to go there. So, and not only that part of the game, but being banged up many times last year and never wanting to come out of the lineup. And tonight, he had every opportunity to say, I don't feel right. He's wearing that splint on his nose. His vision's not quite what it should be. But, we can't pull him out of the lineup. Not that we would want to, but he definitely wants to play. Victor
shared with us that he had been trying to play through some stuff before and then kind of made the decision, okay, I need to take some time and get this better. What did you sort of view from him before, watching him try and play through that? And do you think the path is a little more clear for him to maybe increase the quality of his play if he's not playing through it?
Yeah, he had something that was bothering him that, you see players play through it, and it depends on the time of the year and the if it's playoffs, end of the year, stuff like that will determine, you continue through that, or if it's early in the year, do you rest it and hopefully get over it, and then you can be 100%. And where we were in the year, it looked like it was just going to be a short-term thing, and obviously it didn't quite heal the way we wanted it to, and took a little bit longer. But I think we did the right thing on fully recovering, and then not being an issue throughout the year. So it's going to be obviously very nice having Arvy back to our lineup. Right now we're going to ease him in, just because we're playing 3 games in 4 days, and he hasn't played for over a month. So we just gotta. Obviously, he's going to be a big part of our team and key 5-on-5, power play, penalty kill, but we're going to try and ease him into those situations.
Is there an area of your team that maybe you're getting a sense from your players that they want to improve on tonight? Is there one part? Is there something that, after giving up 6, I assume it would be a defensive game?
Well, we'd like to be a little more tighter defensively. I think the last 2 games we've been a little bit loose, and I think that's human nature. I think it's common that when the puck's going in, the defensive details get missed a little bit. And and you can play like that short period of time, still win games, but a long period of time against good teams, you're just asking for disasters. You're not getting success. So obviously for a team that takes a lot of pride in our defensive game, something I don't think we got enough credit for last year, and maybe we did later on the year, but we are a pretty good defensive team, and we make mistakes, but if we're going to have success long term, we got to be a good defensive team.
Kris, one of your best defensive players is Mattias Janmark. He's going to play center. He talked about how he kind of likes it. He feels with his speed, he can move around a bit more. Joked that face-offs might be a challenge at times. But what's your expectation for Mattias and how he can make that transition? It's a little bit harder going from wing to center.
Well, Mattias will be our fourth-line centerman right now, but he's going to be up and down lineup. And, the nickname players give him, the janitor, just kind of cleans up and just does every little bit of everything. And, I've got a lot of respect for Mattias last year and this year, just for everything he does. And, obviously for me to put him in this situation where he's not typically a centerman, but I put him in that role is just, we obviously think a lot of him that he can handle that. So, he's not going to be our full-time fourth line. DR's not are going to be the extra guy tonight. He won't be playing, but he's not going to be that guy every night. So, and when he's back in the lineup, Janmark's going to be moving somewhere else.
Looking at to Boston tonight, Pasternak has 3 goals in his last 4 games. 4th most goals over the last 8 years with Draisaitl and McDavid and others. When a guy like that starts to get rolling, how do you contain him? Every top guy is a little bit different. What is it about Pasternak's game that presents the biggest challenge for you as a group defensively?
Well, I remember last year coming in the building here, I remember him having a very strong game, and saw a lot of elements to his game that I didn't really acknowledge before, didn't really appreciate that he brought. And, you know, not only is he a tremendous goal scorer, his shots dangerous, especially on the power play, playing on his offside, but he's really good with the puck and can protect it and make those plays also. So, you know, not only is he a scoring threat, but he's also a guy that can set up a lot of plays. And he's hard to check because he is a strong guy that's hard to push off the puck. So, you know, he caused a lot of problems for our team. It's difficult to defend against him.
Kris, just to go back to Arvidsson for a second, you talked about easing him back into the lineup. Are you more referring to like within games, within the game rather, or is there a possibility that he could sit one of the games this weekend because you have a 3 and 4 coming up here?
No, we'll play that by ear. It's if he's healthy, I'm not going to take him out of the lineup. I think it's just when a player's coming back after a long period of time, he's had, 3 pregame skates, 1 full practice, and then coming in and just playing what typical 16 to 19 minutes every night, and then doing that for 3 to 4 days. That's where often guys, your body's not used to it, and that's where you can kind of get into the injuries. It's like a player coming, or you see a lot of injuries at training camp, just because it's players are going so hard and they haven't been doing it all summer, and then that workload's incredibly high and they're not used to it, and then the body breaks down. And we don't need to, as much as I would like to use Arby a lot, I know he's going to help us. I think he's a tremendous hockey player, but I also want him in January. I want him in February, and something not to break down. And hey, maybe we can go heavy and hard early on, and there is no repercussions, but I'd like to be cautious.
Might be as much for the GM, but you guys were
I'll
playing...
stop you right there. Let's save it for the GM.
So I'm still going to throw something at you here. You guys were at 12 forwards for a bunch of the year, the idea being, you know, you're accruing some cap space moving towards the deadline. You bring in Kapanen in, and I'm not sure what you thought you were getting, but he's playing well on a second line. He's been really good. Has his performance maybe changed the calculus a little bit in terms of, you know, not necessarily a player that you want to lose? So could you see you being at 13 forwards more consistently moving forward than maybe you were before?
Absolutely. I see the group of 13 that we have right now, and everyone brings something that's very valuable to our team, and I wouldn't want to lose anybody. You know, we just talked about Derek Ryan about not playing tonight, but not actually going to be our 13th forward every night. And, you know, Derek brings a lot of key attributes to our game, especially being the right-handed centerman that we don't have, reliable on the defensive side of the game, part of our penalty kill. So, yeah, we got some decisions to make, but right now, you know, I can't think of our team wanting to risk losing anybody.